Does your life really depend on Jesus? Like, do you really love Jesus? Are you madly in love with Jesus? Do you really seek after him? When everything goes wrong, do you really depend on him? Would you sacrifice everything for him? When you're struggling and you're in pain and you're dealing with things, where do you go to? When you first wake up, what's the first thing you do? You see, we forget, like, the way we treat God. Like, we gotta take an analysis on our life right now. Do we truly seek after God? That's why some people would tell you, like, why do you take God seriously? People would tell you that. And it's because I don't want to be an example of a godly man. Like, people don't understand. The world doesn't understand. We can go to church and act like we're in good stands with God, and that makes us a Christian. We can feel an encounter, we can do all these things, but if we're not really surrendering to God and acting like a real Christian around the world, in the world, if people are not looking at you and they don't see Jesus in you, if they acting worldly around you, they don't see that, they don't feel the holiness around you, they don't feel the conviction around you. You see, when people start distancing themselves from you, you know you're doing something. When people start texting you, calling you for prayer or for godly advice, you know you're doing something right. You know God is using you. The Bible warns us about that. The Bible literally says people are gonna hate me, and they're gonna hate you too. You're a Christian. People aren't, like, one time my cousin came into my room and he brought a vape, and I'm like, why would he bring that in my room? That even knowing that he knows I'm a Christian. He literally walked into my room, and as soon as he walked into my room, he felt so much conviction. Like, he told me straight up, I felt so much conviction as soon as I entered into your room. We went outside and we threw that vape out. You see, that's how on fire for God you gotta be. Seek after Jesus. That people around you, you gotta radiate Christ around you so people can see that light in you. Not that many people are madly in love with Jesus. People can become a Christian for certain reasons, not because they love him and not because they think that he is all you need. Once you realize that he is all you need, you'll do anything for him to please him, not to please the world, not to please these things, because sometimes we like to please our friends. Hold on, people are gonna get mad, whoever watches this video. We like to fit in the world. There's friends that we have that aren't gonna push us farther in Christ. And don't be surprised when God showed you the place he wanted to put you in and you never make it there. And it was because of your circle. Because they can be a good person, but they can't spark that fire in you to continue to walk in Christ and hold you accountable and just push you even more to Jesus. Like, that is a gift. And we hold on to them knowing that Jesus calls us to preach the gospel and lead them to Jesus. And we're not leading them to Jesus and we're just there just to hang out, to be there and just for the fun of it. Are you sure you're a Christian? People don't know what it means to be a Christian. People don't know the things you have to go through, the struggle you have to go through, the temptation you have to go through to understand what it meant to be a Christian. It was a walk, it was a struggle, it was a war, and God shows you things. God reveals things to you, and God shows you that you don't need these people. God is not telling you to avoid them, but you're gonna burn out. You're gonna fall. Because honestly, you're just worrying about the wrong things. You're not truly seeking after Jesus. You're not going into his presence. You're not finding God so much that you don't feel the conviction. You don't feel anything at all. You just feel emotion. You don't feel love. You don't feel hunger for him. Hunger, real hunger to love him. People call you crazy because you are obsessed, but I want to be an example of a God. And so this wise man said that a good man said that even the sun and the moon have more obedience than some Christians. That is insane. Sometimes we are ashamed to preach this word because we're scared of people rejecting us. We don't obey God. There's people out there who will judge you, for wearing things, for having things on, but are on more fire than you can ever be. They're more on fire. They truly seek after God with all their heart. And you think God looks like the outside. You see, this is what God is looking for in this generation. Not looking for anything in your outside appearance. People can think that, people can talk that, but in reality, God is looking for your heart. God is looking for your surrender. God is looking for your sacrifice. God is looking for your faith, your obedience. So, if you don't surround yourself with people who are not going in the same direction, do not be surprised when you never get to the place that God showed you. Just remember that, and God bless anybody who sees this. I'm out.